Hello and welcome to the famous Shamus experience. My name is Shamus O'Grady and I'm on my way to start the fall tagging run. A way to start a trip, a great way to start a trip is with a flat tire. You may be asking, why do I have this trailer? Why do I have a canoe? Why do I have all this junk? Well, I'm also kind of moving all my stuff from Minnesota out west. My stepdad passed recently, so I have to move all my junk now. So first order of business before we start this tagging run, let's change this tire and move my junk to Montana. Whew. That only took about 8 minutes. All right, let's go. All right, next big part of our trip here out west to shear and tag after we got all my junk moved into North Dakota, or I mean Montana or whatever. Got my stuff from Minnesota out west. Now, unfortunately, my pickup, Belle, which I am naming her Belle, inspired by the movie Beauty and the Beast. Here, Belle is kind of throwing a fit with DEF problems. DEF is diesel exhaust fluid. You know, the engine's still getting it, but it says service it, and they put me in limp mode at 55 miles per hour. And I was like, I can't stand driving 55 miles per hour. So my first pickup I named Jane, inspired by Tarzan, the movie Tarzan. So with Jane, I'm Tarzan, that's Jane. And with Belle, I'm the Beast, and that's Belle. Catching my drift. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull out the good old half ton here. Jane here. Now, I'd rather drive Belle, but Jane doesn't have a diesel exhaust system, so I'm not gonna get put in limp mode while driving Jane. But man, it is nostalgic jumping in that pickup because I haven't driven Jane for a long time. But so now we just gotta move all the junk here to there and all the junk there to there. I got some stuff stored in there, so there's some junk in there. All right, let's get the junks out of the trunk. Get that junk out of the trunk, yeah. I am in my other pickup, Jane, now, and man, the nostalgia. Now, I was thinking about selling this pickup, but I'm glad I never did, or I'm glad that the people interested never followed through. Shout out to Marcus, he was a shearer this past season. But yeah, love this truck. I might just keep it forever, I don't know. So whenever I'm out traveling about, I periodically like to check my tires, see how they're doing. And after this stretch of driving, I checked them and I had some exposure on some of my trailer tires, or some exposure of wire. So the tread went down and now it's just eating away at the tire, or the wiring in the tire. So a lot of local towns, they'll usually get to it right away if it's pretty simple, or they have a good understanding of, you know, ranch life and ranch work, so they'll typically do it right away. And also sometimes they'll even send guys out to you to do, you know, general maintenance on vehicles. So I stopped in this town in Idaho, said, hey, can you do it? And here they are, changing my tires. Life on the sheep shearing run at its finest right here. Blown tires, it's pretty common. Tire, as you can see, the wear on this tire isn't very even. It may have some problems with my axle or bearings or leaf springs. Who knows? But here it is, right here. I guess there's no wires showing yet, but I have about 2 more hours of driving, and I looked ahead and there's no towns really nearby where we'll be shearing the next few days here. So I decided to do it here in this town. And I am already missing 1 day of work, which is my fault. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. Failure to prepare. Oh, made it, finally. Oh, it's a pretty neat country out here. And of course, there's a dog, a guard dog. Here, boy. All right, after many days of traveling, I finally got here. Middle of nowhere, Idaho. That's right, middle of nowhere, Idaho. There's some snow on those peaks over there, if you can see that. While driving here, I think the highest elevation point we got to was 9,100 feet, and we are currently at like 7,400 feet. So we're up there pretty high enough where you can get pretty tired if you're not used to the altitude. We'll see how today goes. And also, I haven't really sheared in like 6 months, so it's gonna be a tough day for me. Oh, and also here's the plant. I'm shearing for a different guy here. He painted his plant purple and green. This might be a little tight, so I might be taking it off during the run. Yeah. Dude, that wire, that thing springs as much as hits me in the face, I swear to God. Wow, that thing's tight as hell, bro. Oh, I'm in pain. That was a rough 98 head today. I'm out of shape. Maybe it's the altitude. I hope it's the altitude. But it's the good first half of the day is figuring out what to do. Trying to remember what I do. It's been about 6 months since I sheared sheep. So yeah, three days of driving, I think. Took it out here. Well, anyways, hope you enjoyed that video. And like and subscribe to the Famous Shamus Experience. Pretty soon it's going to be just the Famous Shamus channel, but anyways.